Bomberger's is one of the highly anticipated annual release bourbons from Michter's distillery. It's hard to find, but is it worth the hunt? If you want to find out, then stick around. So in our tradition of disclosing where the bottle came from, this bottle came from Goody Liquor. Yeah. They blessed us with the opportunity to buy it in exchange for us telling everybody about Goody. And if you don't know who they are your local Texas-based neighborhood liquor store that has all your beverage needs covered. They've got all your favorite everyday whiskey, single barrels, and the occasional allocated item, plus thousands more items for you to discover. They have an enormous selection of spirits outside of bourbon, wines from all around the world at all price points, and beer for every palate, and all the ingredients for that crazy cocktail you've been thinking about making. So you can pick up your go-tos or discover something new with their knowledgeable staff. Goody has many convenient locations, and their size allows them to pass some savings on to you. On average, you pay less when you shop at Goody. Ask about becoming a Bottle Club member for exclusive access to allocated items and discounts on your everyday purchases. Visit your local Goody store or go to goodygoody.com today. All right. So, let's talk about the story behind Bomberger's.
Let's do it.
So, Bomberger's is a very important historical distillery in Schaefferstown, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And they have not operated in quite some time. But the reason why they're so important is because some of their distillery buildings that are still standing were built in 1840.
Great.
And so it is thought that this distillery has the oldest standing buildings of the distillery era in the United States. So that's kind of significant. The other reason why this distillery is so significant is because there was a really famous whiskey that came out years ago called A.H. Hirsch.
Okay.
And Chuck Caudry, I believe, wrote a book about this whiskey. And the book is called The Best Bourbon You'll Ever Taste. Huh. And ironically, not a Kentucky bourbon. It was made at the Bomberger's distillery. At the time, it was called Michter's. Before they shut down in 1989. And so a lot of rich history behind this brand. But Michter's now, because the distillery switched from Bomberger's to Michter's in the 1900s, and then it shut down in 1989. But the brand Michter's is now a Kentucky bourbon. And they source their products from an undisclosed producer, but it's rumored to be Brown-Forman.
Okay.
So, think Old Forester and Woodford, things like that. Their label appropriately says that their whiskey is only bottled by Michter's. So they're not playing any of the games and saying produced by or,
You are a stickler for the label, sir.
Yeah, I am. I like it when they tell the truth. And so I did have people complain to me about Bomberger's and Shanks. There's another brand called Blonde Brothers that I sometimes try to mix those two names together. So
that's fine.
Bomberger's and Shanks, because they don't make their own whiskey, and we kind of got on to 13th Colony.
Sure.
And I said, yes, but they disclose. Their label very specifically says that they don't make it. That they don't make it.
Right.
And people go, yeah, but they don't tell you who makes it. And you go, well, they're not allowed to. Because major Kentucky distilleries don't want you to know that you can buy this other brand and you're effectively getting the same whiskey that's in their bottle, right? Of course, it could be contract distilled. It could be their own mash bill. I don't know about all that, but That's kind of the backstory with that. So the SKU that we're tasting today is Bomberger's Declarations, and this one is...
I didn't see it at first. I was like,
it's just underneath. Yeah,
it's barely legible, but...
And we're trying the 2023 release.
Yes.
We're hoping to get a 2024 soon. It just hadn't hit our market yet. So when I asked for it, they said, we have a 23 and we hadn't done a review on it. Yeah. So we grabbed it. So this is the 2023. It is a non-age stated product. And when you look online, you can't get a clear answer as to how old it is.
Okay.
And that is because they have a lot of information about their barrels that they use for aging this product. And it's Chinkapin oak.
Look at you. I
And
was looking at that word and I
did not know what it was. Yeah.
I'm not going to try it.
Yeah. And I may not be saying it 100% right, but it's a species of oak that imparts some unique characteristics to whiskey, and it grows here in the United States. It's also air dried instead of kiln dried, and they air dry it for 3 years. So a few years ago, there was a very popular release of E.H. Taylor that was like seasoned oak, and they seasoned it for 18 months, and now those bottles are, I don't even know what they're worth. It's probably worth $1,000. And it's like, 18 months, that's crazy. All of these are air dried staves for 3 years. So if that gives you any reference point. But because there's so much information about how long they're aging the oak staves, when you try to research how old this whiskey is, all the algorithms say it's 3 years old, and it's not. So it makes it very difficult to get that information. All right, so this whiskey's proof is 108, so a solid proof.
Okay.
The SRP is $124.99, and it is a 750 ml bottle. So before we get to tasting, I think we should talk about our t-shirts.
Yeah, I went through a thing where I was just making a bunch of t-shirts.
Making t-shirts.
So I wanted you to have that one for 4th of July, but we thought it'd be fun to just wear it on the podcast.
Yeah, so backstory, if you're a regular viewer of this podcast, you know I lost my brother to suicide. The last time I saw my brother was on 4th of July in 2014.
And it was Sean's favorite holiday.
And it was when we were growing up, when somebody said, "What's your favorite holiday?" All kids say Christmas.
Yeah.
Not us.
No.
4th of July was our favorite holiday. And so 4th of July has a very, it's my God-given right. 4th of July has a very special place in my heart.
Yeah.
So Lindsay made me a Backup Terry t-shirt. If you're unfamiliar with the video,
Just Google it. It's
just
gold.
go to YouTube and search Backup Terry, and there is a family that's lighting fireworks, and the individual lighting the firework is in a electric wheelchair, and he is not backing up, and the firework starts going off, and everyone starts losing their minds, and it is a great clip of 4th of July.
And he was
very reminiscent of the type of things that me and my brother did on 4th of July.
We can't even talk about it.
And then Lindsay's
I made
t-shirt
some snarky shirts.
says, "First of all, I'm a delight," and it has
It's got a really angry
opossum or possum,
guy
depending on
on it.
how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
I say possum, but I understand.
I mean, there are 2 different kinds of.
Oh, that's right. You looked it up.
There are 2 different. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hissing. It's very angry.
And I feel like sometimes I can be spicy, but I'm still a lady.
Yeah,
so,
still a delight.
I'm delightful, but don't cross me.
Yeah, exactly. So now that we've gone over the t-shirts, because I figured we were going to get
there's more
questions.
coming. I've made all kinds of shirts for just
for fun.
just for feeling snarky.
Yeah. So while we're talking about you being spicy, let's talk about the flavors in this whiskey. Yeah.
Spicy whiskey.
Yeah. So first of all, on the nose, this whiskey has a lot of dark fruit
it's very
characteristic. Dark fruits though. Nothing light, nothing, you're not going to get, a pear or, apricot or something like that. It's all dark fruit.
I like that a lot.
You get some berry on there?
Yeah. Like some blackberries, maybe?
Yeah, I'd say blackberry. I think it might have some, we don't have blackberry in our kit.
We don't.
I think fig.
Mm-hmm. I really like our fig in here because it's like perfumey. I feel like I could.
Yeah, very figgy. I would also even say some plum.
Yeah, I can.
Which one?
Yeah. It's...
But I think you nailed it on the head. Blackberry is probably the main fruit note.
I like that a lot. I do get the plum.
But there's some sweetness in here too. Yeah. I got a bit of honey, which
I get that.
I mean, it's got vanilla, but there's no reason to say.
I mean, they're all gonna have a little.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's got some spiciness to it too, though, like cinnamony.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, it there is rye in this mash bill, so there's some cinnamon that comes through, and I would say maybe even a hint of tobacco.
Yeah. The tobacco that we have, like I just like it's sweet.
Mm-hmm. It's more of a pipe tobacco.
Yeah. So I think that goes.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it.
All right. So those are our tasting notes. How would you rate this whiskey on a 100-point scale?
I like it. I would, I'd walk in and pour this for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So 90s maybe, 92, 93?
Yeah, I'm going to go 90 on this one. I think it's a solid whiskey. It's an A effort, but it's not a, George T. Stagg level, competing for whiskey of the year type whiskey for me. But it is certainly an A.
I mean, on the Lindsay scale of whiskey, is it a yepper or noper? It's a yepper.
It's a yepper.
It's a yepper. I'd drink it again. I like it.
So buy or pass at 125?
I don't know. You're the whiskey guy. I think anything other than Angel's Envious. I'm not good to ask. It's good whiskey. I just hate that it was $125 because that's a lot for whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, the times are tough. Spending $125 on whiskey when, but it's very yummy.
I'm a buy. At 125. This is one I wouldn't taste it on the secondary, but I'd buy it, drink it. If it came out next year, I'd buy it again.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a solid pour even at the 125 price. So what do you say we give away some whiskey?
Totally.
All right, so we didn't mention this earlier, but Bomberger's has a little brother whiskey called Shanks. That's a slightly lower proof. We happen to have 2 open bottles of that and 2 open bottles of Bomberger. So we've got the 2023, which we're reviewing now, the 2022.
Okay.
Shanks 2023, which we reviewed at the end of last year. Mm-hmm. And we happen to have an open bottle of Shanks 2018.
There you go.
And so we've got those 4 bottles to do 1-ounce samples of. How many winners do you think?
Let's do 3. We got plenty.
We've got plenty.
That one's one's close.
This one's close. That's we could do more, but I think we might run out of this one.
We could do 3.
We can do 3.
Yeah.
So all you have to do to enter to win this free giveaway is to like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, which will give you notifications of future content pieces and future giveaways, because there's a giveaway in every episode, and fill out the web form in the video description. That will give us your basic information. We'll run a randomizer, post the results publicly through our post on the YouTube channel, and then we will reach out to the winners, get your address, and ship you your samples absolutely for free. So why don't you tell the people how they can support the channel?
Well, we have a Patreon. I'm just going to say both ways every time.
Every time.
Because I just don't know.
Why not?
We have 6 different levels, something for every budget, but we tried really hard to make sure that we had really nice benefits for all of the people that support us. So we've got distillery takeovers, in-person, what do you call it?
In-person meetups. We do online things all the time. You get access to single barrels that are exclusive to Patreon. The distillery takeovers are hard to understand, but basically we're king for a day at a distillery. Yeah. And I set up private tours for everybody and restaurant reservations, and we just all hang out and have a really, really good time. And
Patreon's kind of turned into its own
community. Yeah.
But we also have, I mentioned discounts on merch. We've got all of this stuff, the glasses that we're drinking from that I'm spilling my whiskey from all day. Our aroma kits. Oh, are you out? Aroma kits. You were wearing a BR t-shirt earlier. Mm-hmm. But yeah, all of these things made by us for y'all.
Yeah.
Or at least the idea came from us. I mean, I'm not sewing bottle bags in the garage or anything, but sourced them, found them, created them for you guys.
Yeah. All custom made for whiskey lovers. So the last way you could support us is by hiring us to represent you in your residential real estate transaction, because we have a residential real estate business that operates in the Houston and Dallas metro areas in Texas. And she's the transaction coordinator. I'm the realtor. And if you hire us, you end up with a epic bottle as your closing gift, or sometimes bottles.
Sure.
So there's that.
Yeah.
So we would love it if you supported the channel. There's links for all 3 ways to support us in the video description below. Take you directly to the website. And last but not least, if you are tuning in for the first time, we'd love to tell you about our channel and why we do what we do. And we're all about bringing people together around whiskey. And that's because we lost my younger brother to suicide, and we were trying to find ways to create connection and to help people get the kind of community around them that my brother was missing when he made that decision. And we saw how whiskey was bringing people together. And we thought maybe if we could get you connected to whiskey, the whiskey would do the rest of the job and get you connected to others. And so we ended up starting the podcast. We started Bourbon Real Talk Community, which is a free Facebook-based whiskey enthusiast forum. You can go join right now. And it is moderated to make sure that everything stays drama-free and positive in there, because we are trying to help create connections. And we don't have any trolls in there. And we've parlayed that into the opportunity to raise funds for suicide prevention and intervention through our nonprofit Live Stay Project, which, if you look us up, we have no overhead expenses. No one is paid. All the money goes towards causes, with the exception of bank fees and things like that. And all of our board members, which oversee the administration of the funds, they are all from the whiskey enthusiast community. Yeah. And we also like to end the show with a positive message. And while we were going through this process, we saw there was a lot of negativity online from the trolls. And those trolls taught us that if they can hate strangers online, we can love you online. And that's why we end every episode the same way, and that's this. If you woke up this morning and you were unsure whether or not anyone loved you, just know that we love you. And we'll see you next time on Bourbon Real Talk. Cheers. Microphone check, microphone check. Wooka, wooka.
Oh, shoes. I'm like, why am I so short?
Why are you a nugget? Look how little you are.
I am a little.
The only reason she's so tall is because she wears tall shoes.
Yeah.
You gotta stay ratchet my tooth.
Yeah, it almost looks green. Like the Loch Ness Monster.
I just had it cleaned.
You have to use the white strips that I buy you. Or the whitening pen, or any of the things that I buy you that you don't use. I'm delightful! But I'm also a lady. And a curtsy.
Let's get a photo of that so you can integrate it.
Shirt.
Yeah, pull it straight. I'm just trying to get the shirt.
Yeah, but there's boobs under the shirt.
I'm aware.
This is the most comfy shirt. I should pack it for Reno.
Whose fault is that?
Yours.
Everything's my fault.
Well, I work for you. I don't have any free time.
It's fair.
Yep. When do I get to make hearings?
Saturday.
I'm not even going to be here Saturday.
You ready? Paid an annual release. Stop kicking.
I didn't kick anything. So sad when you waste whiskey. Don't, Randall. You cannot. No, we don't do that.
We do not commit alcohol abuse in this house. No whiskey left behind.
Shut up.